She slapped him, open palm, sharp as a whip crack right across his face. My boy's head snapped sideways. Then she shoved him hard down a frozen staircase, like he was garbage. She wanted off her porch. Blood hit the snow before his hat even landed, and she just stood there, towering over him, all smug in her red coat, saying he deserved it. So yeah, I lost it. I didn't think, I didn't breathe. I moved. 3 strides across the snow. I tackled her straight into the nearest snowbank like a linebacker. She screamed, kicked, clipboard flying, but I didn't care. I slammed her face into that cold, icy wall until she finally shut up. Then I poured a fistful of rock salt over the bloodstains she left on the ground. Not out of spite, well. Maybe a little, but mostly so she'd never forget what line she crossed and where it ended. Now, let me back up a sec. Name's Tyler Vaughn, 41, single dad. I live up in Hartwell, Michigan. Winters here aren't seasons, they're battles. And every year, before the first snowflake even hits the sidewalk, I lace my boots, grab 2 shovels, and knock on my kid's door. Riley's 14, skinny, quiet. Got those soft eyes that always look like they're watching more than he says. And he never complains, not about the cold, not about the dark, not even about waking up at 5 a.m. to help clear driveways for neighbors who haven't left their homes in years. That's our thing. We shovel not for cash, but 'cause it's right, 'cause this town forgets people who can't help themselves. But this winter came with something extra. She pulled up in a white SUV with jersey plates, scarlet wool coat, heels that screamed, "I've never walked on ice in my life." Clipboard in hand, like she was here to conduct an inspection. Not move in, her name, Madison Kingsley. And yeah, you already hate her, don't you? She dropped flyers overnight. Big red ink, all caps. Minors may not provide snow removal services, HOA policy. Like Riley was out there committing crimes with a shovel. Next day, she came stomping across our yard without knocking, muttering legal nonsense and liability risks. I told her flat out Riley wasn't selling lemonade. He was helping our people survive a Michigan freeze. But she didn't stop. Oh no. She started snapping pics of us, muttering to neighbors, reporting us to the HOA. Soon, folks we'd helped for years started looking away. Mr. Healy stopped waving. Mrs. Baugh, Tran, suddenly already shoveled when we came by. Madison's fear campaign was working. And then came the storm. Biggest blizzard in a decade. You couldn't see 6 feet ahead. Riley and I headed out like always, bundled to the eyebrows. We were clearing Mrs. Corbin's steps when she appeared out of nowhere, red coat flapping like a villain in a Christmas horror movie. She grabbed Riley by his coat, screamed about trespassing, then whack slapped him and shoved him backwards. The sound of his body hitting those icy steps, that's a sound you don't forget. I didn't wait, I didn't ask. I reacted. I tackled her, pinned her down, broke her precious clipboard right over my knee and shoved it in her face. "You want control," I growled. "Control this." I even salted the ground she stained because some symbols stick deeper than fists. The cops came. Of course they did. She was crying, playing the victim. Said I assaulted her. But I had proof. Ring camera caught the whole damn thing, her hitting my son, her shoving him. When the officer watched that footage, all he said was, "You want to press charges," I said. "She ain't worth the paper." You'd think that'd be the end. Right. Nope. She sent letters anonymous, of course claiming I was violent, that Riley was unstable, that certain families were a threat to the neighborhood. We knew what that meant. But here's the twist. Someone projected the ring cam footage onto the HOA office wall. Looping. With subtitles. Yeah, that happened. At the next HOA meeting, folks brought lawn chairs. She tried to spin it, talked about structure, rules, her reputation. Then, Darren, the guy who once hated us for putting salt too close to his tulips, stood up, snapped a replica clipboard in half, and said, "We're done living under fear disguised as order." They voted her out. No committees, no flyers, no more power. Her house stayed dark for weeks. But someone built a snowman on her lawn clipboard, broken in its stick arms, scarf wrapped like a noose. No one admitted it. No one removed it. And when spring finally came, people started waving again. Doors opened. Kids played outside, not because winter ended, but because silence did. So let me ask you, if someone hurt your kid and smiled, like they had the right, would you stay quiet? If you've ever had to stand up to someone who thought they could bully you into silence, drop a comment with protect. Let's see how many of us still believe in fighting back with truth, with fire, with everything we've got. Because around here, we don't let bullies write the rules.